In 2014, a 28-year-old German man named Lars Mittank ran out of an airport in Bulgaria. He sprinted through the parking lot, climbed over a barbed wire fence, and disappeared into the woods. He was never seen again. The CCTV footage of that moment has become infamous, replayed in countless internet forums, YouTube videos, and conspiracy threads. But this isn't just a spooky video. This is the story of a young man whose slow descent into paranoia left behind one of the most chilling unsolved mysteries of the modern era. This is the case of Lars Mittank, the backpacker who vanished on camera. Act 1. The trip that changed everything. Lars Mittank was born in 1986 in northern Germany. He was a quiet, average guy, intelligent, physically healthy, and well-liked. He worked as a technician at a power plant and had a girlfriend. There was no record of mental illness or criminal behavior, and nothing in his background indicated he'd one day vanish under bizarre circumstances. In late June 2014, Lars traveled to Varna, Bulgaria, a popular vacation spot on the Black Sea, with a group of friends. They were typical German tourists, drinking, relaxing on the beach, partying at night. But on the third or fourth day of the trip, something strange happened. Lars got into a fight. The details are still fuzzy, but reportedly, he argued with a group of local men, possibly over football. Lars supported Werder Bremen, while the men he clashed with were allegedly fans of Bayern Munich. The argument turned physical. Lars was punched in the head, and afterward, he complained of pain in his ear. He visited a local doctor, who diagnosed him with a ruptured eardrum and advised him not to fly home with his friends until it healed. He was prescribed an antibiotic called cefuroxime, and his friends left for Germany as scheduled. Lars stayed behind alone. Act 2. Left behind and alone. After his friends left, Lars checked into a cheap hotel near the Varna airport. The hotel color. And this is where things start to get strange. Hotel staff later described Lars as acting paranoid. He appeared agitated and anxious. He reportedly left the hotel multiple times during the night, pacing outside, hiding in the elevator, and telling staff that someone was following him. At one point, he called his mother and whispered that she should cancel his credit cards. He claimed he was being followed by 4 men who were trying to kill him. He even said he'd been hiding from them all night and didn't he feel safe. His mother, clearly disturbed, asked if he had gone to the police, but Lars said no, and gave no further explanation. Some speculate that the antibiotic cefuroxime may have caused a rare side effect, psychosis. But others believe he may have genuinely been in danger, or was experiencing a breakdown caused by a combination of stress, injury, isolation, and medication. Whatever the cause, Lars' behavior over the next 24 hours would only become more bizarre. Act 3. The final moments. On July 8, 2014, Lars booked a flight back to Germany. His mother had wired him money for the ticket, and he had arranged for a taxi to take him to the Varna airport. By all accounts, Lars seemed calm that morning. He arrived at the airport on time and entered the terminal. There, he visited the airport's medical center to have his ear examined before flying. What happened next is still unclear. According to the airport doctor, as Lars was being examined, a man entered the room, possibly an airport worker or security personnel. Upon seeing this man, Lars suddenly panicked. He muttered something about not wanting to die, then bolted from the room, leaving behind his luggage, passport, phone, and wallet. The airport's security cameras captured what happened next. In the now infamous footage, Lars is seen sprinting out of the terminal. He runs past cars and travelers, sprints into the parking lot, and climbs over a barbed wire fence at full speed. Then, he disappears into a nearby field and forest. That was the last confirmed sighting of Lars Mittank. Act 4. The search. When Lars didn't return home or contact anyone, his family became frantic. His mother traveled to Bulgaria, contacted police, private investigators, and journalists. Bulgarian authorities conducted a limited search of the wooded area near the airport, but found no signs of Lars, no clothes, no blood, no body, nothing. Search dogs and drones were used, but the terrain was vast and difficult. Temperatures soared during the day and dropped at night, making survival increasingly unlikely with each passing hour. Some locals claimed they saw a man matching Lars' description wandering through nearby fields or begging for food at a gas station, but these leads were never confirmed. Online communities began to dissect every frame of the airport footage. Why did he run? Who was the man in the doctor's office? Was someone actually following him? The most disturbing question was, how can a healthy, 28-year-old man vanish in broad daylight, in a modern airport, with security cameras everywhere, and never be found? Act 5. Theories. The Lars Mittank case has spawned dozens of theories, from the rational to the downright bizarre. Let us explore the most prominent ones. 1. Mental breakdown drug reaction. One of the leading theories is that Lars suffered a psychotic break, either due to stress, a pre-existing mental illness, or as a side effect of the antibiotic he was taking. Cefuroxime has rarely been linked to neurological side effects like hallucinations or paranoia, though it is extremely rare. Combine that with physical pain, sleep deprivation, isolation, and anxiety, and you get the perfect storm for a breakdown. Under this theory, Lars fled because of a delusion, believing someone was after him when no one was. But even if true, where did he go? How could he survive in the wild, injured and disoriented? 2. Foul play. Some believe Lars was telling the truth, that someone really was after him. That perhaps the man he fought earlier in the trip, or a gang affiliated with them, wanted revenge. Could he have seen something he shouldn't have? Was he involved in a drug deal gone wrong? Maybe the man who entered the medical room wasn't random. Maybe Lars recognized him and panicked because he was in real danger. Under this theory, Lars fled into the forest and was either chased and killed, or died later of exposure, with his body never recovered. 3. Voluntary disappearance. Another theory, less popular but worth mentioning, is that Lars used the opportunity to fake his own disappearance. Perhaps he had a secret life, wanted to escape responsibility, or was planning a new identity. But there is almost no supporting evidence for this. He left everything behind: his ID, money, phone. No preparation, no sightings. If he planned to vanish, why do it in such a chaotic, public way? 4. The internet has dark theories. Unsurprisingly, some corners of the internet have taken things further. People speculate about human trafficking, organ harvesting, CIA operations, even supernatural phenomena. None of these theories are grounded in evidence, but they reflect the unease people feel when a person vanishes with no answers, even after years of searching. Act 6. The aftermath. Lars' disappearance has become one of the most well-known missing persons cases in Europe. His mother, Lars Mittank, has continued to search tirelessly, appearing on TV, podcasts, and social media to keep the case alive. She has received hundreds of tips over the years, including a few videos and photos from people who thought they spotted Lars in countries like Canada or the US. None of these leads have been confirmed. In 2019, facial age progression software was used to generate images of what Lars might look like today. Posters were updated and distributed across Europe. To this day, no physical evidence has ever been found. No remains, no clothes, no confirmed sightings. Lars is still listed as a missing person, and the case remains open. Act 7. Why this case haunts us. So why has this case captured the imagination of millions? Maybe it has the CCTV footage, that brief, silent moment where a man runs for his life and vanishes forever. Maybe it has the feeling of being alone in a foreign place, hurt and confused, and no one believing you. Or maybe it is because this story taps into our deepest fear, that you can do everything right, take a vacation, follow the rules and still vanish without a trace. Lars didn't jump off a cliff. He didn't send a goodbye message. He didn't leave clues or confessions. He ran into the unknown and the unknown swallowed him. Outro. If you have any information about Lars Mittank's whereabouts, contact details are listed in the description below. And if you found this story compelling, chilling, or thought-provoking, share it. The more people who see Lars' face, the more likely it is that one day, someone will recognize him. Sometimes, justice starts with awareness. Thank you for watching. This was the story of Lars Mittank, the backpacker who vanished on camera.